Hello, my name's Cecilia and welcome to today's Yoga for Energy Alignment number 3. We are working today on our solar plexus chakra, so that's our energy center nestled just underneath the ribcage but above the belly button. And this energy center relates to our sense of self, self-confidence, our self-esteem, but also to the ego. So how do you relate to yourself and to the world? Being nestled in the core, we're actually going to work on moving through the core, twisting, turning. It's also related to the element of fire, so today's practice is going to be pretty energetic. It's a power-based vinyasa practice. So I would encourage you to rest as required and just have fun with it. We're going to stay on the ground to begin with, and just bring your feet out in front, knees bent, bringing the soles of your feet to touch and your knees, let them fall out wide. So you can bring your heels closer to the hips or further away, depending on whether you would like more of a stretch on the outer hips, so further away, outer hip stretch, and heels close, inner thighs. We're just going to take our hands and support ourselves back down to the ground. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. And give your hips a rock, your shoulders a little shuffle away from your ears. Please excuse my coughing. Let's take a full breath into our chest, our belly. And sigh out through the mouth. Just take 2 more. Just feeling your chest and belly decompress, sighing everything out. Just breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils here. I want you to become really aware of the temperature exchange between your palms and your body. Just letting any thoughts of why you're here or what's to come drop away. With every breath, allowing yourself to just come closer to the center of your mind's eye, seeing what's behind the eyelids. And drawing that attention deep into the pit of your belly. Allowing your inner thighs to relax, the back of your hips, shoulders and head supported. I want you to, as far as possible during today's practice, to only breathe through the nose. Of course, if things get really heated for you, you're welcome to sigh. Sighing releases heat, okay? Let's take one more full breath in through the nose. A long breath out. And just slide your palms outside the thighs and support your knees together. The feet are on the ground. On a breath in, drifting your knees above hips. And then just make your shins parallel with the earth. Curl the toes back. If you open your eyes, you'll see your toes just peeking above your knees. Arms, let them spread out onto the ground. Palms can be up or down. I prefer down just to stay grounded. And as you breathe out, feel your lower abdomen gently press into the ground and your belly button gently scoop up towards your chest. Nice. Deep breath in through the ribs. Exhale, knees to the right, eyes to the left. Try and keep your left shoulder grounded. We're going to inhale, bring those knees back to center. As you breathe out, knees to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Good, and you're gently turning your head in the opposite direction, continuing with your breaths. And just working some movement through the spine. And as you do this, your core muscles are also gently engaging and releasing. So it's a nice, gentle, supportive way to cultivate a little core awareness. Let's do one more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center, inhaling. And exhale, hug the knees to chest. Nose to knees. Become a tiny little ball. Full breath in. Long breath out. Get really close. And then as you breathe now, let's rock and roll along the length of your spine. So if this is not comfortable for your spine, if there's any pain, you're going to roll to the side and find your way to child's pose. So building momentum, feeling that core gently locked in. And one more time, let's come over our knees, hands shoulder width apart, and we're going to bring our knees wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Hips to heels, and rest your spine down. From here, deep breath in, push the hips back and long. Exhale, relax your chest and your head down. We're going to activate our child and just tent up your wrists. So fingertips down, wrists up. And as you breathe out, can you feel your outer arms wrap towards your ribs? That belly button comes up towards the heart, the lungs. So this is child's pose. You can rest here at any point during your practice. One more full breath into the back ribs. Fill up the belly. Empty the belly, empty the lungs. Good. Inhaling, gaze forwards, palms down. Lift the hips, tuck your toes. Coming all the way up to a downward facing dog. Hips high and back, heels towards the ground. Okay, we're going to grip all 10 fingers down. Important to watch your foundations when you do any kind of vigorous flow or movement. And you can pedal your heels, eye gaze towards the shins or towards your belly button. And just work a little more space with every breath out through the lengths of your spine, tailbone high. And out through the backs of your legs. Coming to some stillness, heels drop. So eye gaze, your drishti focus can be on the shins or belly button. I want you to be very aware of what you're looking at and with what level of intensity as you move through your practice. Good. Heels settle. Let's press our left hand down. On a breath in, take right hand to heart. On a breath out, right hand to either your left ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Coming to our twisted dog, pressing your left thumb and first fingers down. And as you exhale, just peeking under your left armpit, maybe gazing towards your left hip. Take one more full round of breath here. Left and right thighs pressing back. Exhale. And inhale, take that right hand back to your downward facing dog. Exhale, gaze through the shins or belly button. Breath in, left hand to heart. So we're pressing the right thumb and first finger down. And breath out, left hand to either your right ankle, shin, or thigh. We're gazing under the right armpit. So keeping that belly button gently scooped in and up. That's your Uddiyana Bandha, your core lock. And it helps to lift out of your shoulders. Inhaling, left hand back to your down dog. Exhaling, gaze back, lean the hips up and back. Inhale, lift hips, lift heels. Exhale, bend the knees forwards, look forward, circling the hips back up, and gazing to toes, taking 10 baby steps towards the top of your mat. Good, feet are hip width. Take a halfway lift, press the thighs back and lengthen your belly forwards, shoulders back. Exhaling, deep bend in the knees, hands to opposite elbows and drop the crown. In your Ragdoll, way to bend the knees as much as you can until your thighs and belly meet. So resting the belly on your thighs. And every breath in, just tugging your sit bones up. Every breath out, letting your crown grow heavier. Freedom here to sway your rib cage side to side, just playing with your balance. And swaying back to center. Try and keep your weight evenly distributed across your feet. One more full breath in here. Belly swells, back of your lungs swell up. And exhale, release hands towards earth, deep bend the knees. And feel your core gently switch on as you press through your feet. Add as many breaths as you like to come up to stand. Just enjoying how your lower abdomen and your core switch on to support your spine. Let your chest open up proud, open the palms. Allow your crown to shine up, reaching up through your neck and head. Arms to sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, Samastiti. I'm going to open with 3 resonating ohms, and I want you to take these from the depths of your belly all the way up through your lungs and into your head. Good, so empty the breath. Full breath into Om. And crack the eyes open. Enjoy your practice. Let's bring our big toes to touch, a small gap between heels. If that's painful for your lower spine, you can keep the feet apart, but if you can, let's keep the skin of our big toes together and take a wide sweep of arms to sky. Inhale. Staying here in our mountain pose. Exhale, let the tailbone drop and your ribs tuck in. Breathing here, pressing through the feet, through the floorboards to the core of the earth. As you breathe out, imagine that your spine is lengthening up and you're growing up through your crown, up through your fingertips, through the ceiling. Good. Every round of breath, you're charging up this light that runs from the base of your spine all the way up to your crown. Activating through the thighs, pressing the thighs back. Relax through the shoulders. Good, just a quiet volcano breathing here for one last round. Pressing the palms as close as you can. If your shoulders are tight, you're very welcome to open palms. Good, inhale, lift the heart, lift your gaze to thumbs. Exhale, hinge from hips to bow, hands through heart center, Uttanasana, releasing the crown. Halfway lift to breathe in, flat spine, so shoulders are back. Exhale, hands to mat, 10 fingers wide, step back to your high plank. So option here to take this on your knees. You could also start on your knees and come back up. Good. From here, inhale, dome through your spine and gaze to your toes. Really overextend it. As you exhale, push through the heels and broaden the collarbones out. So again, those foundations clamp through your fingertips. Thumbs, first fingers press down and hug them towards each other. Did you start breathing? Full breath in. Steady breath out. So core cinching in. Tailbone nice and long towards the heels. Let's take one more full breath in here. Shoulders are above wrists. Good. With care, inhale, shift forwards on tippy toes. Exhale, gently lower knees, chest, chin to earth. Keep your butt high. Inhale, slide the chest forwards, find your cobra, toes untucked, shoulders back. Exhale, let's melt back to earth. Just lay down the belly, the head. 2 more. Inhaling cobra pose, so shoulders lift up and back. Press through your toenails. Yes, exhale, come back down. So every round of breath, a gentle ignition. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Maybe take the fingertips off, core on. Exhale, hands down beside lower ribs, tuck toes. Hips to heels. Hips to sky. And downward facing dog. Good, so that core's still on. We lift the tailbone up. Exhale, drop the crown. Nice and humble through our heads. One more round of breath. Exhale, heels drop. Gripping the fingers. Inhale, lift hips, lift heels. Follow the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step, maybe float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Big toes touching, arms sweep up. A little bend in the knees as you rise. Tiny back bend maybe. Exhale, dive forwards. Bowing in our Uttanasana. Halfway lift to inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to mat, step or float back. Find your high plank or lower the knees. Rock forwards, Chaturanga Dandasana. Wrap the elbows in as you lower halfway. Cobra or up dog. Lift your hips and knees. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog, breathe out, hips high. You can also bend the knees to come all the way back. Great, one full breath in. One long breath out. Inhale, lift hips, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward, step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. So really release the head when you fold. Deep bend the knees, we'll find our chair pose. Arms up around ears, hips nice and low. As you breathe out, gaze down and just pull your knees back so you can see all 10 toes. Yeah, your thighs will be on. Just going to breathe here. I want you to wrap your 4 fingers on each hand in. We're taking our thumbs up. So thumbs are the mudra or the digit of the fire element that relates to our Manipura chakra, our solar plexus chakra. Good. Deep breath in, press those thumbs high, reach the hips low. Exhale, hands to heart in prayer, and we'll twist to the right, left elbow outside right knee. Full breath in to take the skull forwards. Exhale and twist from your lower ribs, look over your right shoulder. 2 rounds of breath here. Notice if your left knee shot forwards and just gently drag it back in line. Good, inhale back to center, nice and strong. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to your left this time. Deep breath in, you lengthen the spine. Long breath out, you twist from low ribs. Yep, inner thighs press. One more round of breath. Long breath out. Come back to center, your chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands through heart to bow, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, breathe in, long through the chest, proud. Exhale, hands to mat, step or float back. So either chaturanga, you could also skip to your down dog. Cobra or up dog, really lift through the belly of the chest. And downward facing dog, breathe out. Right leg sweeps back, inhale. Exhale, bend the top knee and yawn the hips open.
Now notice if your left shoulder dropped, we're going to even out the shoulders and gaze under the left armpit. So your scorpion variation. Holding here and breathing. Core supports the spine to lift. Inhale, right leg back to a three-legged dog. Can you square the hips to activate the core? Exhale, knee to nose, shift forwards, round for the shoulders. Inhale, press back, three-legged dog. Knee to right elbow, gaze just ahead of your mat. Space for your neck. Right leg back, inhale. Exhale, knee to the left elbow, gazing just ahead again. Right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl forwards, round for the spine. Step beside the right thumb, back foot in about 45 degrees. Front knee over front ankle, we'll lift up to our warrior one. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, in our warrior one variation, we're going to take the thumbs and want to just kind of point them up towards a point above our head. So you're kind of creating the triangle. I'm going to seal down the back blade of our left foot and then let the length from our left calf reach up through the belly, the chest, and up through the thumbs. Drishti gaze on one point straight ahead. One more full breath in. Exhale, press through the feet, reach through the heart. We're going to bring our hands behind the head, open back foot parallel with the back of the mat, and then spread the arms out, thumbs up, warrior two. Good. So breathing here, press down into the heels and hug them towards each other. We're active through our inner thighs. Tailbone drops, we lift the chest. I want you to send your awareness now through the arms into your thumbs. And just notice now the intensity with which you look towards the front thumb. Can you take it to about 50%, even though your body is so switched on right now? Can you keep a soft gaze? Next, exhale, hands open, palms down. Look to the front middle finger. Deep breath in. Exhale, lean forwards, flip the front palm, right arm to sky, breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel the arms forwards, frame the front foot. Right leg back to your three-legged dog, inhale. Now you can keep it lifted through your chaturanga or 2 feet on the ground. Shift forwards, breathe out, chaturanga dandasana. Urdhva mukha up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg up, breathe in. Bend the top knee and yawn the hips open. Breathe out. Okay, so checking your shoulders. And square them off and gaze under the right armpit. Just turning the left inner thigh up towards the sky. Three-legged dog, can you even out the hips, core on? Tiger curl, knee to nose, doming through the heart. Three-legged dog, breathe in. Knee to left, elbow gazing just ahead of the mat, lots of space. Pressing back, three-legged dog. Knee to right elbow, press into the fingertips, grip. Left leg back, inhale. Tiger curl rounding forwards. Step beside the left thumb, back heel down. Front knee bent, we'll take ourselves up to our warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Breathe here. So in these held poses, checking your breath, checking your foundations, and squaring the hips, finding length from the feet all the way through belly to crown. Thumbs up. Eye gaze on one spot. Hands behind the head, turn the back foot open, parallel to the back of the mat, hips and heart open, And we take our arms out to either side. Gazing to that front thumb. Again, we're activating. We're not just pushing the mat out and holding. We are pressing down through the heels. We're gathering up through our inner thighs. The core supporting the spine, but we're relaxed through the shoulders and through our eyes. Release fingers to spread out. Look over the front middle finger. Exhaling to lean forwards. Flip the front palm. Left arm to sky. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. So that front knee stays bent. Exhale, come back to earth. Hands frame the front foot. Left leg to sky. Hips are back and high. Shift forwards for your chaturanga. Hug elbows over wrists. Cobra or up dog. Breathe in. And breathe out, downward facing dog. So those thumbs are pressing down. First fingers press down. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Remember, child's pose is an option to reset. So as things get heated, the mind will tell you different stories about what you can or cannot do. Just commit to your breath, to your body. Let's breathe out, release the heels. And we'll just flow through that sequence. Try not to overthink it. Inhale, lift hips, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forwards. Step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold, humble through head. Big toes touch. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Reaching long. Thumbs up. Hands to prayer, twist to the right. Stay for a breath in and lengthen the spine. Breathing out, lean the right ribs back, your core cinches on. Good. Arms forward, so Utkatasana. Hands to heart, breathe out to the other side, to your left. Breath in, lengthen. Breath out, look back. Breathing in, come forwards. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. Exhale, hands to mat. Step or float back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, up dog, breathe in. Adho Mukha, down dog, breathe out. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, bend the top knee. This time, look towards your right wrist. We're going to drop that back leg down. You can stay in your scorpion or bend both knees. 2 feet on the ground, right arm up, through overhead. And we're squaring the hips and shoulders as best we can. Let's breathe here in our flip dog. Core on, lift the hips, press out of the left thumb and first finger when you find that. One more full breath in. Look down to the left thumb, 2 hands on the ground, 3-legged dog, right leg back, inhale. Nice, knee to nose, tiger curl. Right leg back, inhale. Knee to right elbow, shift forward to pressing out the hands. Right leg back, inhale. Knee to left elbow, cross over. This time stay here. Inhale, hug your shin up, press out for the hands. Exhale, right foot threads through your left armpit. We grip the right fingertips down. Right shoulder over wrist. Left arm to sky and let the back foot roll out. Coming to your fallen star. So we push through our heels, curl the toes back. Maybe gaze up to the left thumb, lift the hips. One more full breath in, lifting everything up. Look down to right thumb this time, left hand down, right leg back and up. Inhale. Exhale, tiger curl, find your warrior 1. Remembering to keep the front knee bent, arms up, thumbs up. Breathe out, hands behind the head, open back foot, warrior 2. Breath in with thumbs up, look to your front big thumb. Exhale, fingers spread, lean forwards. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, exalt the sky. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. 3-legged dog, enjoy kicking back. Exhale, shift forward, so hugging everything in as you lower. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg up. Scorpion. When you've really reached that knee open, start to look towards your left wrist. We're bending both knees, lowering the hips. And then shifting hips up to the sky, belly up. Left arm overhead. Flip dog, breathe here. Good, core on, lifting. Exhale, look to the right, thumb left hand down, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl. Pressing back, three-legged dog. Knee to left elbow, so we're shifting forward, shoulders over wrists. Press back, three-legged dog. Knee to right elbow. Okay, inhale, hug the shin up. Exhale, thread the left foot through. Right arm up, inhale. Breathing here. So we're wrapping the left shoulder blade in. We're pushing the hips up and gazing towards the top hand. Exhale, right hand down, look to the left thumb. Left leg up, breathe in. Tiger curl, find your Virabhadrasana 1. Feet grounded, arms up, thumbs up. Warrior 2, hands behind the head. Open up. Open the fingers, look forwards, lean forwards. Left arm up, inhale, reverse your warrior. And come back to earth. Three-legged dog. Good, we're just floating along, burning up as we lower. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. And downward facing dog, breathe out. Take a full breath in. Steady breath out. Just energy, alignment, energy management. Breathing here. Feel your hands, feel your feet. Grounded, supported. Good. We're going to this time. Inhale, right leg to sky, look back. Exhale, tiger curl, right foot beside right thumb. Keep your back heel high. Front knee over front ankle, arms up. Breathing in. So you can be high or lower your back knee, support your lower spine. You could always start off here and then just press your knee up. We're going to again take those thumbs, so thumbs pointing up towards a triangle. And again, we're not spreading out our mat, we're pressing through that front heel, pressing through the back heel, keeping ourselves integrated. Inhale, reach up through the heart. Exhale, slowly press the back knee down and open elbows out. Good. Inhale, lift up, everything up. Exhale, sinking low with control. So your core is on, ignited to help you move. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling all the way up. Fingers release, hands to heart. Exhale. Inhale, lean the heart forward, so keep the hips where they are. We're going to exhale, twist to the right, left elbow outside right knee. So you're welcome to lower your back knee down. Breathing here. Looking over the right shoulder. So again, you're pressing through the back heel or reaching long as you breathe in. And you're twisting from low ribs as you breathe out. One more round of breath here. Exhale. Good. Thighs hug towards each other. Arms up. Inhale. And exhale, look to the front big toe. Hands frame the front foot or find your block. We're going to inhale, lift the back leg to our standing splits. Breathing here, so your core is wrapped in. You're pressing through the front big toe, lifting through your hips, spiraling up through that back big toe. And gazing through your shin, perhaps towards the back leg. Next breath in, lifting that back heel high. As you exhale, back knee tucks into the front knee. Kundalini tuck. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, close down. So just take it to where you can. You may only go halfway. You might be using your blocks. Exhale, curling in 1 more time. This time, we're going to inhale, press the left foot high. Exhale, rebend the front knee, touch the back foot down as if you're going to warrior 2. Arms open out for a moment in warrior 2. Exhale. Lean forwards, right arm up, inhale. Right elbow to right knee, left arm overhead. We find our extended side angle. Breathing here. So tuck that right hip back and under and open the left ribs out. Notice if you've dumped into that right shoulder, we want to maintain integrity. One of the core elements of a solar plexus chakra practice. How do we escape from ourselves? And how can we bring ourselves back here, be present, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard? So maybe if you want a little more fire, you perhaps cinch in the waist and reach the right arm forwards for 1 round of breath. Exhale, look to the ground. Left hand down, right hand outside, right foot. We'll step back to a high plank and straight away, roll the heels to the right. Now, an option is to drop the right knee. We're coming to a side plank. Otherwise, keep your heels pressing back, toes towards heart. Maybe stack the heels. And so we're gripping those right 5 fingers, so important, so you can activate through your arms, through your core. Maybe you breathe in and lift the top leg. Good. Any shakes and wobbles, just breathe them in, breathe them out. Well done, so good for breathing and staying. 1 more full breath in. Look towards the earth, 2 hands on the ground, high plank. Low plank, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, breathe out. Take a full breath in. Steady breath out. Left leg up, inhale. I'm going to tiger curl, step forwards to your high crescent. So again, option to lower that back knee. Arms up. And breathing here. Even if you just bend that back knee a little, wherever you can get to. This is your practice, your body. Thumbs up. Are you like me too, when your thumbs are up, you just want to smile? Good, exhale, dip the back knee, elbows out. It's okay if you're not, if thumbs up makes you really not happy. So it's kind of like awareness in our practice of how various actions affect us, how we react, how we choose to respond. Arms up, hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, reach forwards with your heart, with your prayer. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Again, you can lower that back knee in your twisted high crescent. We're sending our gaze over to the left shoulder. We're just breathing here. So I want you to try and maintain your structure. So if your knee just disappeared, you'd be able to stay here. She says. Arms to sky, inhale. Look to the front big toe, hands frame the front foot, find your standing splits. Whatever shape that takes today. You might be here, you might look a bit like this. Whichever way you find, just be there. I want you to work on the feeling of pressing your left big toe down, just spiraling that back, right thigh up, and releasing the head. Yeah, it can be a lot. On your next breath out, back knee tucks behind the front knee. Inhaling open. Exhaling close. Get really small. Just finding ways to enjoy the heat. It's so temporary. Inhale. Exhale, close. Okay, you're ready. A slow starburst. Right leg opens all the way up. As you exhale, rebend that front knee and touch back. Finding your warrior two for the briefest of moments. And then reversing, inhale. Left elbow to left knee, right arm overhead. Good, so we're rolling the top ribs back, lowering that left hip down and back. I want you to feel a big ribbon of length from that back foot all the way up to the top pinky. Okay, for one round of breath, can you lift the left arm up so you're holding a big fireball above the head? Breathe in. Exhale, look down, hands frame the front foot. Left leg back, three-legged dog, really extend. And find your flow or straight to your down dog. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. This time straight away, inhale, shuffle forwards to your high plank. Exhale, roll to the left heel. So option to lower the left knee down, or you could keep top foot forwards. And take left shoulder over wrist. Feel free if you're already there to be here. Stack the ankles. Right arm up. So that core cinched in to help you lift. Or gripping through the left fingers. Maybe lift the top leg. Kick through your heels. Yeah, use all your strength. And come down, right hand to earth. High plank to low plank. Up dog, pull the belly, the chest forwards. Nice, downward facing dog, breathe out. Full breath in. Steady breath out. Inhale, lift hips, lift heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. And bring our feet hip width if they're not already. Take a halfway lift to breathe in. And exhale, folding forward. Parangusthasana. So you're pulling on your toes as much as you're pushing them down. We're just activating, but also releasing through the inner seams of our legs. And just feeling that also trigger releases through the backs of our hips, our lower spine, around our torso, back of shoulders, the neck. And just notice if you're clenching the jaw or frowning. I want you to allow yourself to shake it all out. Next round of breath. And gently release your toes, release your fingers. I'm going to bend the knees a lot and roll back up to stand, one bone at a time. As many breaths as you need. That's a big drop of sweat from me. Arms rising up on the inhale. And hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Just breathing here and feeling your heartbeat. Noticing the quality of your breath. And also notice the quality of your thoughts. Are you able to work hard while also being gentle with yourself? Can you
push and use strength while also peacefully encouraging yourself. In yoga, always finding a way to reach equanimity, which means inviting and embracing both the shadow and the light. Perhaps those parts of yourself or what you see that you enjoy and see as positive can also coexist with what is less appetizing. How can you embrace all of yourself, all of what you are right now? Breathing in, breathing out. Gently drop the arms on an inhale, sweep them all the way up, bring those big toes to touch. Your thumbs, hook them together now. As you exhale, reach over to your right hand side. We're taking a side bending half moon. So we're going to plug the left blade edge of your left foot down. And as you breathe in, you're weighing down your left hip and reaching up through your left ribs and your left pinky. Breathing out, stay here. Notice if you stuck your ribs forwards, we're going to hug them back in. Long breaths here. Can you also reach out of your right side while bending to the right? Yeah, so rather than dumping into your ribs, you're staying lifted. Gentle gaze forwards. On a breath in, coming back up to stand. Part the skies, hands to shoulder height, palms down. We'll open the palms, inhale. Right arm over, right leg under, right arm under, right leg over. I'm going to take either the palms to touch or backs of hands to touch. You might even just hug your shoulders if crossing the forearms is a wee bit too much. You could take a full bind with the right foot behind the left ankle, but if that means you have to twist off your hips, I would really love for you to just keep that right foot unbound so you can maintain integrity in the hips, the core, and the shoulders. Eye gaze through the wrists. If you wobble and fall, just come back and try again. The body learns every time you fall and wobble. Good. Inhale, arms spread out and up. Stork pose, knee to chest, right knee to chest. And then find your way to your half moon. You might need a block, so right foot back, left arm forwards and towards the ground. We're keeping our hips and heart open as we can. So if you have your block, you can press into the block. Setting 1 or 2, it doesn't matter. Just finding ways to support yourself. Steady. Kick through the back foot. Lifting up. Full breath. This is strong. So we press through the left big toe. Open up for the chest. Core wrapped in one more round of breath. Reach your crown forwards, right foot back. And exhale, bring your right knee in. We turn the hips towards the ground. Step forwards and fold. Halfway lift, reset, so hips pull back. Chest reaches forwards. And exhale, fold again. Deep bend in knees. And let's roll back up to stand again. Stacking your spine. Arms reaching up, inhaling. I'm going to hook the thumbs the funky way around this time. Big toes to touch. Take a full breath in, reaching up. And then exhale, lean to your left. Breathing here. So while you're stretching and reaching through left and right sides. Can you just maintain a relaxed balance through the face, through the tongue? So in our ego management, our solar plexus management, we're looking to balance light and dark. It's the center where we channel and transform the base chakras, our base energies, up into the heart space, up into the throat, our expression, our head. We inhale and come back to center. Exhale, spread the wings. Open palms, receiving. Left arm under, left leg over. Yay. So just taking your variation in your hands, either backs of hands to touch or hands to shoulders. And try and keep those elbows lifted towards chin height. And you can bind that left foot behind the right calf if you like, or keep it untucked. Whatever helps you maintain balance and integrity. Breathing out, core on. Stork pose, arms up, left knee to chest. Half moon Ardha Chandrasana, left foot back, right arm forwards and down. So up to you. You can take your block or just kind of hover. So we're kicking through that back leg, lifting through the chest. Opening through hips, opening through heart. Strong breath here. Good. Exhale. Rebend back leg. Close the hips and step forwards. Take a halfway lift. And fold. Just going to lift the right foot and slide your right hand under. Toes all the way to your wrist creases. And then the same on the left hand. Finding our Padahastasana. Just helping ourselves release out our wrists. Take a halfway lift here, inhaling. And exhale, fold. Full breaths here. So just massaging out the hands, allowing your shoulders to be free. You can bend those knees as much as you like and rest the belly on thighs. Exhale. And release the hands. Take a gentle halfway lift, so thighs press back alongside bodies. This time we're going to bend the knees a lot, arms reach up around ears. We're going to take a slow chair all the way to the earth. Just as far as you can use the hands to support you once you reach the earth. We're on the ground. Nice. One more bit of core. Let's press down through the hips and lift our chest. Inhale. Hands behind our knees. Exhale, feel your belly wrap the spine. Shoulders down away from ears. We're going to take one ankle up. The other ankle up. So you could just keep the knees bent. Or take the feet long. And you can keep the hands behind the knees or open the palms. Navasana, boat pose. Breathe here. So hug everything in. Keep your lower back lifted. If this is too much, hands behind you. And that's quite a lot as well. Keep the legs up. Yeah, breathe. You do not need to smile. But you can if you want. Exhale, lower to your low boat this time. So we keep the feet about 3 inches off the ground, shoulders off the ground. We're going to breathe here. Yes, I am shaking. If you're shaking, that is also fine. If you're not, good for you.
Okay, we're going to do this one last thing. Give it all of your fire. Come on. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Not for much longer. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, one last one. Inhale, high boat, hold. Breathe here. One more breath in, lift everything up. And exhale, gently lower back and release on the ground. Let everything flop for a few rounds of breath here. Maybe take your hands on belly, solar plexus massage. You can gently press fingers between the abs. Yoga is the practice of mind mastery. Mind being another manifestation of energy. We learn how to self-soothe, self-regulate. We put ourselves through our paces, or not. We choose our experiences. And in knowing that actually every breath, every moment is an experience that we are choosing, maybe not consciously, but spiritually, we can start to trust that we have chosen, and we can find and understand the power that we have to choose again, to start again. If that's too meta, just ignore and feel your body. Good, big belly breath in, long breath out. Let's step our heels under the knees pointing up towards the sky. Just bringing our fingertips towards the heels, a little brush. And that's just a rough guidance. We're going to come into our bridge pose. So we're finding a place where the heels and the ankles can line up, and that where we feel stable to lift off from. Good. I want you to keep your thighs parallel and sticking out from your hip sockets rather than coming out, okay? So on a breath in, let's lift the hips, the belly, the chest, keeping your eye gaze up towards the sky. If you need to look to the screen, just bring your body down and then look over. I would much rather you kept your neck nice and safe. So that core is wrapped in. As you breathe in, you push the hips up. Maybe you interlace fingers behind the hips and press through the edges of your arms to lift a little higher. You're just breathing here. Noticing where you feel stronger, where you might have some niggles, and just breathing through. Of course, any sharp pains, you just ease off. Exhale. Release your bind. Release every link of your spine back to earth, one at a time, to tailbone. So you can do one more bridge, or perhaps if wheel is in your practice, you can come up into a wheel, or you might want to take some rolling bridges now just to ease that energy through your whole spine. So inhale, press through the feet, lift hips, belly, arms. And arms will come all the way back around the ears. And exhale, bring them all back over. And as you breathe and move, instead of seeing this as going from A to B, or any kind of achievement of your best bridge or anything like that, can you just really be in your movements and synchronize through the breath? And just watch what happens. One more round, inhaling. Exhaling, roll everything back down to earth. Arms alongside you. hips on the ground. Just going to take a little leg raise now. So bring the knees together, the feet together. We're just going to simply stack the knees above hips, ankles above knees, and arms alongside you, palms down. You need to focus your eye gaze on your toes. And just notice here whether you've hunched your shoulders up. Just because you're looking at your toes, sometimes the body can round up. We want to relax the shoulders back and let the back of your hips really sink down into the earth. And just appreciate the toes rather than, force any kind of gaze or thought. They're just being, and you're kind of like enjoying them. One more round of breath. Exhale, gently embrace the knees back towards your chest. I'm going to take those soothing rock and rolls back and forth. Tuck the chin in. We're actually going to roll ourselves this time towards and into our downward facing dog. Any way you like. You might cross the ankles, hands down, step back. You might take another route there. In down dog, let's wrap the upper arms back, the hips up. And exhale, heels drop down. Right leg back, inhale. Let's bend that top knee, open the hips. On an exhale, we're going to draw that top knee forwards, rounding through the spine. And draw that knee towards the back of the right wrist. Drape your shin across your mat and lower the hips down. Now, if you've got any knee issues, you're going to come onto your back and you're going to take a supine version, so ankle across the left knee, and you're going to thread your hands through and hug your knee back towards the chest. Otherwise, in your half pigeon, you're just going to make sure that your hips are square. If you find that right hip is really lifted, you're going to take a block and pop it under just to support your hips to be square. Breathing in, lift the chest, and then you'll walk yourself forwards. If the block is really uncomfortable, you might also want to try bringing your right knee forwards just to a point where you can still feel a stretch on your right outer hip without hurting your knee. You're just going to keep those front toes flexed back towards your knee. We're just breathing here. Deep breaths into the hips. Long breaths out to relax the shoulders, the outer right hip. Exhale all the breath out. Press the hands down. And I'll walk the hands back. 10 fingers nice and wide. Tuck the back toes. Gently lift the hips and find your downward facing dog. Left leg up. Bend the top knee. Find your scorpion. Bringing that knee on an exhale forwards, rounding through the spine. Left knee behind, left wrist. And then just find your way. Supine pigeon, you'll just release your legs and swap them round. So for the other side, on your back, you're going to have your left ankle across your right knee. And then thread your hands through and just find your knee or the back of your thigh and hug the legs in.
And then when you're ready, hips nice and square, heart high. Your half pigeon, you're gonna lean forwards. If you're in your supine version, you're just hugging your legs back to your heart with every breath out. So with every breath, just scanning your body. Every breath out, just releasing a little more. Anything that keeps you stuck. Just trusting that every breath, with your intention, you are releasing a little more. You're gaining more flexibility. You're finding more depth. And finish your breath out. Palms pressed down. This time, if you're in your half pigeon, you're just going to walk up, lean onto your left hip and sweep that right leg forwards. If you're on the ground, release your legs. You're going to find your way back up to seated. And you're taking your left foot inside of the right thigh, curling the right toes back. Keep your hips grounded. So if you're tugged back like this, just going to bend that knee and then prop yourself up onto a block. And then lengthen that leg again. You can keep it as bent as you like. That gives you some space just in your lower spine. Yeah, so this Manipura Chakra practice can really challenge our ego. It's really not about having straight legs or a perfect shape. No such thing. We're just finding our stretch and our experience of the stretch. So, arms up, inhale. And exhale, hinging from your hip and just bowing as far as you can. We're going to keep our arms really relaxed, so keep the palms open. Pressing through your heel, press it away. On an inhale, gently tug the heart forwards, though you keep your hips grounded. And then you exhale, we're just going to melt down through our spine, closer towards the leg. So Janu Sirsasan means head to knee pose. So we're gonna just direct our forehead towards the knee. Whether you reach your leg or whether you're up here or even just here, it doesn't actually matter too much. That's not to invalidate your feelings on the matter. But really, it's more about being healthily where you are. Full breath in. A long breath out. Taking one more deep round of breath. And then just let your left ribs roll down, even out. And inhaling, core on to roll you back up. We're going to take our left arm up and over. Fingers pointed away as we press into the ground. We'll lift our hips up, right arm up, reach back. Just easing out through our hips, our heart, little Flashdance. Exhale, release the hips to the earth and roll yourself forwards. We're just going to swap sides. Left leg long, right foot inside left thigh. Again, taking a block if you need under your hips. So if your lower spine is pulling you back, you're going to bend this leg and or pop yourself up onto a block. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, so long through the spine. The heart tugs forwards, bring you forwards. We keep the arms nice and relaxed. We're not gripping or straining for anything. Just accepting where we are and breathing here. And if you do have a tendency to self-criticize and berate, just notice that here. Be aware of
the loop, and even just by shining a light on your own patterns, that can start to make those patterns less loud and diminish any habits that you maybe find not so helpful. Or perhaps you think they're helpful, but they're a bit painful. It gives you a little space just by being here to see how you might ease your own suffering. That could mean coming out of this pose now. On an inhale, let's lift up.
Exhaling. We're just going to take our legs nice and wide. So again, you might be up on a block, you might bend your knees a lot, and it might be enough for you to just sit up like this and you'll feel a huge stretch along the insides of your thighs. I want you to try and find the front points of your pelvis, sit bones. So if your pelvis is a bowl, it's pouring forwards. Hands on the ground to support. And then just as you exhale, finding a little more depth. Once you keep your toes flexed towards you just to protect your knees. And so as you breathe in, you're just detecting tension. Breathe out, you're softening that tension. So wide-legged fold, Uptavista Konasan. It can enrage a lot of people. It taps into our spleen meridian that runs from our big toes all the way up through the inner seam of our legs and into our belly. And that spleen meridian checks into the feelings of drive and sometimes resentment and anger that are hugely connected to our Manipura chakra. So as you practice sitting with the sensations of that stretch and that release, you're also practicing patience with yourself, with your literal physical self. It's practicing being kind and breathing easy while we perhaps go through some more difficult things in the safety of this practice. Okay, full breath out. Every last drop. We're just going to press into our hands and gently lift up. You can use your hands to help bend your knees. It's quite a lot to suddenly activate your legs after a deep stretch like that. And we're just going to bring our legs back together. Arms up, breathe in. And exhale, lean forward. So bend the knees as much as you need. Again, I can't say it enough. Inhale, reach forwards. So again, hands can be relaxed. Exhale, and we just tuck in. So if you tuck your chin, you're going to feel a stretch across the back of your neck. Unless you're a spaghetti, and then you might not feel anything. Deep breaths. So you need to really soothe the back of your heart with your breath. Allow your back ribs to truly expand with the breath in. And deflate with the breath out. Let the face relax, the jaw relax. One more round of breath. Make sure all the breath is out. Can you drop a little closer into yourself? And breathing in, it's going to roll ourselves back up. And use the hands to support as you roll back to earth.
we'll come into our supine twists. Let's shift the hips a little to the right knee to chest, inhale. And exhale, roll your right knee across to the left. You can let your arms fall out alongside you. You might place one hand on the belly. For a more active stretch, we're going to roll the top hip down towards the left heel and kick the left heel away. Full breaths here. Let your eyeballs roll down to the ground to the right hand side. We're just allowing a deeper twist to build through the tiny muscles that they form a lattice on either side of the spine. We're gently twisting across 4 core layers of muscle around our belly. And while that core twists and unravels, we're also tapping into more minor stretches behind the eyeballs, the back of our tongue. Just allowing ourselves to open up. And then breathing in to roll ourselves gently back to center. Shift your hips back to center, 2 legs long. Give yourself a moment. Reset. Hips to the left. Left knee into chest. Inhaling. And exhaling, roll your left knee across the body and gaze over to the left hand side. So your right hand can rest on the belly or flop out long, up to you. Big belly breaths. Again, up to you whether you decide to activate this twist, rolling the top hip away. Inhaling, rolling, unraveling back to center. Let's just shift hips and shoulders in line. Might take a wee wiggle. And then bringing both knees back towards the armpits. Ankles above knees, hands either behind the thighs, allow the thighs to part, or behind the calves or outer edges of your feet. And give yourself a rock side to side if you like. Happy baby. Ananda Balasan. Just allowing your breath to flow deep into the belly now. And full breath out. Allow your shoulders to relax back. So if you're turtling up through your happy baby, drop your arms, your hands down to the calves or down to the thighs. I want you to be as relaxed as possible through your hips and shoulders, through your head. And that drishti eye gaze, allow it now to expand through the ceiling. Even if you're rolling side to side, keep your gaze gently steady, straight ahead. Come to stillness. Gentle tug on the legs back. And then let the knees fall in towards the chest, nose to knees. Give yourself a tight squeeze, a really tight hug, full breath in. And like a sponge, you're going to squeeze out anything you don't need. Any frustration, sadness, resentment, anything. Maybe you're overexcited, squeeze that out too. And your next breath in, you're going to fill up on fresh prana, fresh life force energy, fresh air. And then release out to Shavasana, this pose of surrender and resets. Allowing your legs to fall out long, your arms to unravel along beside you. You're going to give yourself full permission to rest and know that you are healing, you're filling up. Your body literally, naturally is a healing machine. Give your feet a shake. Give your hands a little shake. I'm going to take 3 deep sighs. Big breath in. Long breath out. We'll take 2 more. Now just release all control of the body, the breath. Just allow earth, allow gravity to support your heavy skull, your shoulders, the backs of your arms, the bones of your hands. As your heart rate subsides, just allowing the links of your spine to be so relaxed, releasing down. The backs of your hips, heavy, supported, backs of the thighs, calves, your heels, nice and heavy. The element of fire in Ayurveda, the sister science of yoga, is used to purify. So the heat that you've built, allow it to imagine it is burning away from your guts to the rest of your bones, your muscles, your skin. It's just burning away impurities, leaving behind fresh space. Every natural round of breath that just courses through your body, just gently blowing out debris, any last spots of dust, leaving you so clear, so open. Every cell refreshed. And behind your eyelids, your eyeballs are relaxed, sinking back, tongue relaxed, away from the roof of your mouth. If the mind is distracted, just quietly in your mind, give it the mantra, so hum. So hum. Just means I am here. You're very welcome to stay here and rest for longer, or bring yourself into a meditation, or take a deep breath into the belly and chest, And a slow sigh out.
Begin to wiggle your toes, waken your fingers. Roll through the ankles, the wrists. Just really slowly noticing how powerful the signals are that you just think and it is done. You think, I want to move my limbs, and your limbs move. You give the signal, and almost instantaneously, something happens. So as we slow down, just getting really, really clear on the power that resides within our intentions, our thoughts. You can bend the knees and reach arms overhead. Just trusting yourself to awaken gently. And roll over to one side. You can use your lower arm as a pillow. And just rest here for a moment. Observe the quality of your breath, the support of the earth beneath you, as the weight of your body just rests. Gently press your way back up to seated. You can keep the eyes closed or downcast. I'm going to close just by taking a few moments. Left palm on belly, right palm on top. Just breathing deep into the belly. Breathing out. Just imagining you have a warm ball of yellow light that just fills your belly. And that transformative light fills the belly and courses up through the heart, warming the heart, infusing up through the throat, just filling up the space behind your eyes and your mind with warm yellow light. Hands at heart center. A moment of gratitude for yourself, for all the teachers of this practice of yoga, for all the masters and healers of energy, including yourself, the guru within. Hands at heart center, kind and loving intentions. Hands to third eye, kind and loving thoughts. Hands to mouth, kind and loving words to ourselves and to others. Together, let's bow and seal this practice, seal our energy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining this vigorous and lengthy practice. I encourage you to drink lots of water in the days that follow. Definitely do this practice more than once, especially if you're new to yoga, or if you're coming back, or anything really. It's quite good to do things more than once. Yeah, and I hope to see you, or for you to join our next practice, which will be alignment of the heart chakra.